right, Steelers have made another signing. They have signed offensive lineman Max Scharping to a 1-year contract. Max is a guard. He was with the team last year, as you can see. I think this is different than the Calvin Anderson signing. Calvin's a 2-year deal. Max is only a 1-year deal. So I'm more confident that Calvin would be on the team next year versus Max as far as making the 53 man. Max still might make the roster, but with Calvin signing, I said that it's not a guarantee that it takes them out of the market for a tackle. They could absolutely take one, but maybe you take one a round or two later than you would have without Calvin Anderson. I don't think Max changes whether or not you draft a guard, and I don't think he changes when you take that guard. So Isaac's deal is up after this year. And I can see a situation where Isaac plays this year and the Steelers don't re-sign him. He either goes to another team or retires. I see that as a possibility. So after that, we would need someone to take over. And realistically, who would that be? Because you already got our 4th round pick from last year, Mason McCormick, and but really behind him, it's Spencer Anderson, who Spencer can play more or less every single position on the offensive line, which is great. That makes him a very valuable asset, especially being, what was he, a 7th round pick initially? So, I don't think Max is a big enough deterrent of picking a guard. Now, if sometime between now and the draft, if the Steelers were to sign Isaac to an extension, 1-2 years, whatever that is, where it puts him on the team to at least 2026 and maybe even beyond, then we probably don't draft a guard. Or if we do, it's late. Really, we draft a guard to replace Isaac after this upcoming season. He would sit, learn, at least that's the ideal situation, but sit, learn, take over. So then your starting line would be Broderick, either Mason if he decided, or if they wanted him to play left, or this second-year player, Zach Frazier, the other one, Mason, or the second year, and then Troy Fautanu. That would probably be your line. And realistically, I mean, you'd be looking at a 3rd year, a 2nd year, a 4th year, 2nd year, 3rd year, 3rd year, and that's me putting Mason at right guard, keeping him there, and a 3rd year. Like, that is an extremely young, talented offensive line. And that's the thing. I said talented. Broderick Jones is very talented. He has yet to put it together. Now, is that because he just can't play well at the NFL level? Or is that because he's playing his unnatural position of right tackle when his natural position is left? And I've gone into that about how some people can go left and right and it doesn't matter, and some people are only one. Like Dan Moore, he was a left tackle. He does not play right tackle. The Steelers tried it. It didn't work well. They wanted to do it between injuries to the offensive tackles, because that's what they were going to do. Is Chukwuma Okorafor was going to play left. Zach Banner was going to play right, and Dan Moore was going to be the swing. But then when Zach Banner got hurt, they took Takuma Okorafor, put him at right, put Dan Moore at left, and he never left there. So that's just it. Like, and then it's like, well, they drafted Broderick. Why did not just move Dan Moore to right? Because he couldn't at that point. Simple. Or at least he couldn't to a high enough degree to where it's worth it. So that is it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please do leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. The draft is coming up. So I'm going to have videos galore for that. First round pick, the actual pick itself, my reaction, second, third, no wait, I'm sorry, not second, because we don't have a second. Our second round pick this year is DK Metcalf. That's who our second round pick is. But then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, any trade backs, trade ups. Who was it? It was Mel Kiper and, oh man, Field Yates. That's who it is. They did a 3-round mock draft where they just took turns alternating picks. And they did Derek Harmon as the first round pick for the Steelers. And the third round pick, they had the Steelers trade up with the Raiders. They gave up their third this year and their third next year, but they're getting a comp pick next year because of Dan Moore. And they traded with the Raiders to get Jalen Milroe, which I think is a possibility. And that's the thing. You're basically trading Dan Moore and your third round pick this year for a very athletic, very talented, but raw quarterback. And we have to see how it turns out. And I see people, I know I said I was doing my outro, but really quick. So I see people who say that the Steelers can't develop quarterbacks. Okay, so let's go through this, right? So this coaching staff of the Steelers can't develop quarterbacks. Well, this coaching staff didn't draft Big Ben. So, can't count Ben. Tomlin didn't get here until, what was it, the 2007 season? So, you go from there, but that's not even the staff because our offensive coordinators have changed mightily over the years. But let's go recent memory. Landry Jones, what was he, a 4th round pick? Josh Dobbs, a 4th. Mason Rudolph, a 3rd. Duck Hodges, undrafted. Kenny Pickett, a 1st rounder. Chris Oldokun, who was a 7th rounder. Trying to think of any other quarterbacks the Steelers have had. I know Paxton Lynch was on the team for a short while. Dwayne Haskins was on the team for a short while. R.I.P., God rest his soul. But let's stick to mostly the guys that the Steelers were their first team, pretty much. Duck Hodges, I don't know if the Steelers were technically his first team or not, but let's say they were. So you're saying because the Steelers didn't turn, 2/4, a 3rd, a 7th, an undrafted quarterback, and they missed on a 1st-round quarterback. Because they didn't turn any of those guys into franchise quarterbacks, they can't develop quarterbacks. That's what you're saying. Like, is that your argument? Because they missed on Kenny and a bunch of mid to late and an undrafted quarterback didn't turn into Tom Brady or Joe Montana or Kurt Warner. Like, if that's your argument, you're going to be very disappointed for a lot of things in life. Just saying. So yeah, I was doing my outro and then I got caught in a rant. But I will see all you guys in the next video. And the next video just might be the Steelers' first round pick.